So we're just about to lay this lovely old 75 beater up for the winter, and I'm just going to, first of all, we're out the water, we're going to run it through with fresh water to start with. And so how I do that, sure, there's a couple of ways of doing it, but this is the way I tend to do it, because I can't get enough water through the engine, is to basically take the cover off the strainer, shut the valve off down below, and then run water through here, and my wife's up top who's going to start and stop the engine. So here we go. Okay, go for a start. Running that water through now. So just watching the water running up through the anti-siphon. I can see that fresh water is definitely running through it. The hose is on absolutely full bore to get enough water through, but it's going through. It's flipping hot down here. Winterizing in 40 degrees of heat in Greece. But anyway, so running the engine for a good 3 or 4 minutes like that to flush all the salt out through the heat exchange and all that sort of stuff. And then I'm going to stop the engine and I'm going to add 50-50 antifreeze in a second. So I'm now going to start adding 50-50 antifreeze. I've put a bucket outside on the exhaust to catch it. Okay, Lou, off you go. As soon as I start seeing the green running up through the anti-siphon there, look. Over there, that's going to be great. Turn off! And then we're done. So that's the engine flushed through with antifreeze. Now that's the water pump for the coolant water system, for the raw water coolant system, and it's mechanically driven, as you can see. Now it's down in there, it's got 5 set screws with screwdriver heads and hex heads on them. So it's really important if you're going to use these things. I always tend to use a socket on them rather than rely on the screwdriver. So that needs to come off now, and then we'll get on and try and get the impeller out. Well, that's the plate off, and the bit of antifreeze from pumping through has come off, or should I say come out, and now all I've got to do now is take the impeller out, and then when we come back in spring I'll have a new impeller. I'm actually going to order up a new faceplate, because if you look at this one, it's got quite a bit of wear on it. It's about 7 years old now, so I think, you know, treat myself to a new one. It's not exactly expensive, and you minimise those water leaks. I'm sure some of you have spotted that little bit of a water leak there down on the plate, and that's come from obviously this leaking slightly. It's not a big deal considering the amount of water that goes through the engine. And I'm also going to order up some new nuts as well, so when we come to spring and refit this, it'll all be brand spanking new in the housing. Again, when you take these out, do have a look at them. Sometimes you can find that the actual housing is worn. Well, I got it out, and I'm rather glad I've taken it out. I take this out every year, and I put a new one in. But can you see that? That's in 6 weeks. I've already got a little split starting on this impeller, which is a bit disappointing. I've also got a little crack on this one, but I think that was more me trying to pull it out with a pair of pliers now, because they really are tight. But perhaps this end was there. So as I say, it just demonstrates that you really should replace these yearly, first as last. Don't just leave them in. You can see the natural shape of it will eventually recover, but frankly, for what they cost, I'd start with a new one every season. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and good little tip. Now I just leave that as it is for the winter, and there's no way of any frost damaging that pump either.